Hello everybody! I decided to do another video. So I'm going to teach you all a fun lesson that you might need a lot of paper for, or a lot of scrap paper, because you might need a few pieces to get used to this. So you might want to start in pencil, unless you're brave and you want to do it in marker. But what I'm going to teach you is a one-line drawing. That means you don't pick up your pencil. If you do pick up your pencil, you better make a mark where you're going to continue your line. So, in order to start a one-line drawing, you need a piece of paper. In like other videos I've told you, if you don't have a paper, you can use a piece of cardboard, you can use the inside of a cereal box, you can use a paper plate, you can use anything that you have available to make art on. Newspaper, if you have a marker, you could just draw right over top of newspaper, the back of wrapping paper. The key to art is being creative. So this is where you guys got to take control and get creative. So you can see I have a piece of copy paper that got folded. I'm still going to use it because it's a good piece of paper. I have a pencil. I also have a bag of random markers I found. I have no idea if they're good or not. This might be something that you might find in your house. You know, you might be looking for art supplies and you might find a random bunch of art supplies and you have no idea if they work. It's okay. If they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. We'll make do. You can use a pen, you can use a Sharpie, you can use regular markers, whatever you have. Don't feel pressure to make it perfect using a special supply. So instead of me using a pencil, because you're not going to be able to see it as well, I'm going to switch to a marker. Looks like I have a black marker. I don't even know if I've ever used these. I don't even know where they came from. That's a bummer. It doesn't stick on the back. Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh well, moving on. So, in order to start a one-line drawing, you're using the element of art, line. If you've had me in class, you might remember that every table we had in my old classroom, I had 6 tables. They were 6 elements of art. You had one that was missing, and that was form, because that was the one we used mainly for 3-dimensional objects or when we did sculpture. But we had line, we had space, we had color, we had texture, we had shape, and we had value. 6 different tables for the 6 elements of art we use the most. So starting with line, probably one of the most important ones we use, we're going to use one line to make a drawing. So, my advice to you, maybe to start in the corner. Start thinking of a plan. What are you going to draw in one line? I can tell you that something easy you can start is maybe think of a landscape. So for example, and notice I've not picked up my pencil, so I'm trying to make like a rocky landscape. So do you notice how I'm now drawing back over the line I already drew? So you can do that. That's not cheating. You can go back over a line as long as you don't pick up your pencil. Now I can't go ahead and make like little dots inside of those lines because I'm using a one-line drawing. Now I'm trying to draw rocks. This might not look realistic because, again, we are not picking up our pen or pencil. So now what I'm going to draw, I thought it'd be cool if I drew a lighthouse. And I'm going to make it a striped lighthouse. So notice I am not picking up my marker. I'm going back and forth. I'm not picking up my marker, I'm keeping it to one line. It's like a challenge almost. So those of you who like doing all those like TikTok dance challenges or the 3 marker challenge that I saw you do in class sometimes, this might be a cool project for you. Oh no! I wanted to add some light coming out, so I gotta go back up using the same line. What do you think? Does that look like light? So I gotta go back down the lighthouse. maybe add another rock over here. Ah! So, if that just happened to you, and my marker came off my paper, just pick up where the line was last. That is allowed, okay? I'm not gonna yell at you through the internet that your pen or marker came off of your paper. I don't care, it's all good. As long as you go back to it and make it one line. So now, what is going on over here? So maybe I can draw a ship, making sure it doesn't crash into the rocks because it all of a sudden saw the lighthouse. Last. I have a couple students who are really good at drawing boats. Just like I'm really good at drawing cows because I grew up on a farm. I did not grow up around boats, so I don't know what boats look like. I just go what's in my memory. I don't know, you guys. Oh, this is tricky. Do you see how I have to make the triangle go through? Ah, I gotta go over, around. I'll just go through it there. Ah, it's not the best. It's gonna do. Now I'm gonna kind of do a weird trick. I'm gonna do portholes, but I'm gonna connect them with a line. Kind of like that. Now if your hand gets tired, like mine's starting to get tired, you can stop and kind of draw a little dot where you last picked up your pen or pencil. So this is pretty cool. I drew a lighthouse, a boat on the water with a bunch of rocks, only using one line. However, if I were a student and I walked up to my art teacher, as a teacher, the teacher might recommend that maybe I put something in the sky or something else to help fill the space, because space is one of those elements that I talked about in the beginning. So I'm going to go back to my dot. I'm going to go say, whew, how am I going to get back up here or up here? What am I going to do? So I'm going to take my marker, I'm going to go back over my lines. I'm going to go up, over, up. And it might look a little weird, but I'm going to just shoot up. I'm going to do a couple little seagulls. And it's a one-line drawing. It doesn't have to make sense. And maybe I'll do a little corner sun. I don't mind the corner suns. It's a one-line drawing. Maybe I'll give my sunshine some shades. And don't you all yell at me for picking up my pen. I went right back to where it was. So, that is an example of a one-line drawing. Now with this one, you saw me go back over my line a bunch of times, but notice there are no line breaks. If a student showed this to me, I'd be able to say, this looks like a one-line drawing, because everything is connected. There's nothing that's floating out in the open space, because obviously that wouldn't be a one-line drawing. I'd say you cheated. You didn't do it right. So I'm going to show you another one-line drawing. This one's a little bit bigger. And you can see who made this one, Mr. Joseph. But when you look at this one, you can see it's a lot more loopy and fun. So of course they don't have to be as neat as I did it. If you want to be a little more loopy, you can see with this, the rain is all one line. And there's a monkey hanging on the rain that looks like a vine, which is awesome. We have some giant flowers, we have a little car driving, we have a bunny. So again, everything is connected. Nothing is floating in open space. So with a one-line drawing, you want it to be one continuous line. So I'm going to do another. I'm going to switch materials. I'm going to go to a purple marker. I don't know if I've ever used these markers. Sometimes people give me random art supplies. So, how about I do a cow? Because I'm going to draw what I know. Well, that's a nice purple marker. So, this is really hard for me to draw a cow, because when I draw cows normally, I don't do it in one line. Oh no! And cows have all kinds of crazy spots, so that would be a cool thing for me to do. If I do an eye, I'm going to bring it over with a line. And now I got to think about the body. Uh-oh, I forgot my cow. And these can be kind of quick too. They don't have to take a lot of time. The udder. If you were in my second grade class this year, or any of my second grades, we did dancing cows. One of my favorite lessons. It really is. And listen, I know I make this look easy. I'm going to make a little dot where I left off. But art is just practice, practice, practice. So if it looks easy and you're frustrated because, well, I can't draw a cow like Mrs. Medachik, you shouldn't be able to. You need to practice. I've had a lot of years drawing cows, y'all. I'm a professional cow artist. So I'm going to add some dots. Now, where's my cow standing? Standing on the ground. And maybe I'll add a tree. And I'll make it a spring tree. Oh no, because there's no leaves right now, and it's a very funky looking tree. And then maybe I'll add some big tall grass for my cow to eat. Not picking up my marker. And maybe I'll make it at night. One line. Notice that? Some spooky clouds at night. One line, y'all. I'm not picking up my marker. Maybe I'll add a little bat. Spooky cow. And some more grass. And maybe, just like Mr. Joseph, I'll add a crazy little monkey hanging out in the tree. He looks like he's wearing glasses. He's waving at the cow in the spooky forest. Oh! I stopped right there. I almost messed up. Did y'all see that? Add a little tail. And voila. I have a kooky, crazy one-line drawing. I almost messed up because you saw me. I wanted to go back to that arm and fix it. I left it. So I'm going to sign my initials, AM. I'm going to write the date, 3/25/20. And there is my beautiful masterpiece, my one-line drawing. If you have colored pencils and you want to color it, you can color it. If you have crayons, you can color it. If you have markers, you know what I'm going to say, you can color it. If you have any supply that you want to color it with, you may color it. But that's basically it, friends. So, one-line drawing. Pretty easy. You just can't pick up your pencil, marker, whatever you're drawing with. It's one line on your paper, and you make a fantastic artwork that makes absolutely no sense probably. So again, you're using the element of art line. You're also going to be using space. So you want to think about your spacing and how you're going to connect everything and make it make sense. And you might want to use color to fill it in and finish it. So this is a shorter video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you make some one-line drawings. Maybe in another video I will teach you how to do blind contour one-line drawings. Talk about getting crazy. You need a partner to do those because you're going to draw each other by not looking at your paper and only using one line. Don't even try to think about it if you're already confused, okay? I can explain it later. So, I'm going to bid you farewell. I'm going to hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. I hope you're making art, listening to music, being active in your house, practicing your math skills, whatever you need to do to keep your brain nice and active and not getting, too bored. So, stay safe. I will be making more videos, and I will talk to you all soon. Catch you later.